Once upon a time, in a far-off kingdom, there lived a beautiful and kind-hearted young woman named Cinderella. She was the daughter of a wealthy merchant who had married a widow with 2 daughters of her own. After Cinderella's father passed away, her stepmother and stepsisters treated her poorly, making her do all the household chores and never giving her a moment's peace. Despite their cruelty, Cinderella remained a sweet and gentle soul, always believing that things would get better someday. She spent most of her days sweeping, dusting, and doing laundry. But in her free time, she loved to dream and imagine a different life for herself. She would often gaze out of the window, watching the birds singing and the flowers blooming, and wish that she could be as free and happy as they were. One day an invitation arrived from the palace, announcing that the king's son, Prince Charming, was hosting a grand ball in search of a bride. All the young women in the kingdom were invited, and Cinderella's stepsisters were over the moon with excitement. They spent hours trying on dresses, practicing their curtsies, and rehearsing their conversation skills, all in the hopes of impressing the prince. Cinderella, on the other hand, was not allowed to attend the ball. Her stepmother and stepsisters laughed at the idea of her going, saying that she was far too plain and ordinary to ever catch the prince's eye. But Cinderella didn't let their cruel words discourage her. She believed in herself, and knew that she was just as deserving of happiness as anyone else. As the night of the ball approached, Cinderella's stepsisters were in a frenzy of excitement. They tried on their dresses, did their hair, and practiced their dancing, all while Cinderella looked on, feeling more and more left out. But then, just as she was starting to lose hope, something magical happened. Cinderella's fairy godmother appeared, waving her wand and saying, "Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo!" With a burst of sparkles and glitter, Cinderella was transformed into a beautiful princess, complete with a stunning gown, sparkling jewels, and a pair of delicate glass slippers. The fairy godmother told Cinderella that she could go to the ball, but that she had to be back home by midnight when the magic would wear off. Cinderella was overjoyed and promised to be back on time. She set off for the palace, feeling like the luckiest person in the world. At the ball, Cinderella and Prince Charming danced the night away, falling deeply in love. They talked and laughed together, and Cinderella felt like she had found her true soulmate. But as the clock struck midnight, she remembered her promise to her fairy godmother and rushed out of the palace, leaving behind one of her glass slippers. The prince searched everywhere for the mysterious woman whose foot fit the slipper, but no one seemed to know who she was. He went from door to door, trying the slipper on every girl's foot, but it didn't fit anyone. Just when he was about to give up, he arrived at Cinderella's house, where her stepsisters were trying to squeeze their feet into the slipper. But when Cinderella tried it on, the slipper fit perfectly. The prince was overjoyed and asked her to be his bride. Cinderella was thrilled and accepted his proposal. They got married in a grand ceremony, surrounded by friends, family, and fairy tale creatures. As they lived happily ever after, Cinderella never forgot the lessons she had learned. She knew that believing in herself had been the key to her happiness, and she encouraged everyone around her to do the same. She proved that with hard work, determination, and a little bit of magic, anything is possible, and that true love can conquer all. The moral of the story is that believing in yourself is the most important thing you can do. It's what gives you the courage to pursue your dreams, to take risks, and to overcome obstacles. It's what makes you strong, confident, and resilient. So, always remember to believe in yourself, just like Cinderella did, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve.